Artist, he competed in grappling tournaments and as a professional boxer and Muay Thai fighter. In fact, MUHSIN CORBBREY just recently returned from the Mecca of Muay Thai, Thailand, where he spent 3 weeks refining his techniques.
For such a young, well-rounded talent, Corbrey's humility is a breath of fresh air. He's married with a young son and could be on the cusp of stardom. With an impressive win tonight, he could become an instant player in the very competitive lightweight division. To win here, Corbrey needs to set the pace, make Nick Diaz fight his fight, not allow himself to get flustered by the opponent's occasional showboating, and fight with intensity.
The last time Nick Diaz was in Elite XC, he fell short in his bid to become the first ever Elite XC lightweight title holder. He hopes to erase those bitter memories with a victory here tonight.
Last time I fought Elite XC, I fought KJ Nunes, and I was a little too anxious to hurry up and get in there and get the fight started. I got socked in the eye, cut. The doctor went ahead and stopped it.
And Nick Diaz cannot believe what has just transpired.
I'm trying to win this fight so that I can have a rematch. You know, I'm gonna do anything to get it.
Tenacious, heart, determination. Diaz paints his masterpiece.
The reason why fans like me so much, I'm not afraid to fight anybody, and I work harder than everybody, so if we gotta do it, let's go do it and get over it. I'm ready to go, let's go.
And now, here is the renowned world-class lightweight, the always dangerous Nick Diaz.
Cesar Gracie, black belt, just returned from Japan where he defeated Katsuya Inoue earlier this month to Dream 3. The last time he fought for Elite XC was defeated by KJ Nunes in the promotion's first ever lightweight title fight last November in Corpus Christi, Texas. Now this fight with Corbrey, essentially an unofficial title elimination bout, although it will be fought at a catch weight of 168 pounds. Diaz came in at 169 at the weigh-in.
Well documented. Diaz has had a long history of being cut, and after losing to KJ Nunes via the cut, he addressed it by going to a plastic surgeon to remove the scar tissue above his eyes. They filed down the bone underneath his eyebrow in hopes of rectifying the problem. We should expect to see an even more confident Diaz tonight, which no one thought was possible.
Against Corbrey, Diaz wants to get off first, achieve the takedown, and go for a submission. It's that simple. And as dangerous as it may sound, Diaz says he's already looking past this fight and wants to fight everybody because, as he puts it, he feels he's in a race against time for whatever reason.
All right, let's go to the tail of the tape. And once again, arrangements were made to fight this bout at a catch weight of 168 pounds. You can see that Diaz came in at 169. Corbrey came in at 163.5. Corbrey 6 years older, but Diaz much more experienced. All right, here's the official introductions done by the one and only Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elite XC, Rockstar Energy Drink, and Showtime present a catchweight special attraction scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing our referee in charge of this bout from Hawaii, Chris West. All right, fans, here we go. Lightweights in the cage. Introducing to you first, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches, he weighed in at 163.5 pounds. He is a professional boxer and Muay Thai fighter with a well-rounded MMA career raised in the disciplines of Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. His MMA record stands at 12 wins, 2 losses, 1 no contest, with 3 knockouts and 7 submissions to his credit. From Savannah, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the well-versed MUHSIN, the Technician Corbrey. And his opponent And across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner, standing 6 feet even, he weighed in at 169 pounds. One of MMA's truly complete fighters with a strong background in boxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. His record stands at 16 wins, 7 losses, 1 no contest, with 8 knockouts and 5 submissions to his credit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Pride and UFC veteran from Stockton, California, the former WEC welterweight champion, introducing Nick Diaz. Once again, a referee in charge, Chris West, now to give instructions.
Nick. Okay, guys, you guys heard the rules yesterday. Anybody got any questions? This is my command at all times when I say break, break clean. Touch gloves.
Nick Diaz fighting since the age of 18, now 24. This is his 25th professional fight. Corrbrery has trained in boxing and martial arts since the age of 8.
Fight, are you ready? Fight, are you ready? Fight!
Diaz comes out methodically, patient, trying to stalk Corrbrery. And really, we should see a very tactical matchup here between Corrbrery and Diaz. Both of them lifelong martial artists.
Very opposite schedules here. Diaz fought 3 weeks ago. Corrbrery, the last fight he had was October 07. We'll see how it affects either one of them.
That fight in Japan, Diaz fought at 170 pounds, and one might question, would a move to welterweight be better for him, since again, comes in at 169 for this fight at a catchweight of 168. Corrbrery and Diaz, a bit of a feeling out process here in the first minute of this opening stanza.
One thing I really like that Corrbrery is using is angles and head movement to avoid the strikes from Nick Diaz, who's got the reach advantage in this particular punching exchange.
Has done his homework, has MUHSIN CORBBREY. Eats a couple of shots there, the right hand by Diaz. Again, closes the gap. Tie plum now by Diaz, a half a plum there, trying to get the tie clinch, but a good job by Corrbrery to keep Diaz at bay. A knee strike.
The standing clinch.
Oh, nice level trajectory elbow there by Diaz.
The standing clinch will definitely favor Diaz. The taller fighter definitely has the advantage because the knee is closer to your opponent's head, just because of geography.
Corbray's traditionally a slow starter, and he really needs to keep Diaz at the end of his reach, for sure.
I think it would be advantageous, though, for Corrbrery to do exactly what he's doing right now, as he's employing that head movement, as Steven brought up, and maybe trying to frustrate Nick Diaz a bit.
I think Corrbrery should also institute...
Nice dirty boxing there by Corrbrery. Uppercut.
Should go with low kicks.
Straight. Right straight there by Diaz. And again, Corrbrery with a half clinch. Uppercut. And now Diaz with an uppercut.
Two guys in there with some very good boxing ability, both with pro records. Tactical battle. For now, they're content to keep it on their feet, test their skills.
Midway through round 1. Low cut kick by Diaz. The southpaw countered by MUHSIN CORBBREY.
MUHSIN is going to have to get on the inside and do some work and do some damage, because staying on the outside like this is going to favor Diaz.
And so far, when they are at close quarters, he seems to be hanging tough with Nick Diaz.
It's like he positioned himself for that spinning back fist.
Yeah, but he's
counting him, catching him with that uppercut, paying dividends, and now they're beginning to open things up here. But you're right, Corrbrery needs to close the gap on Nick Diaz. Start to hurt him on the inside, because for Nick Diaz, this is his game plan. He gets popped with that right hand.
Diaz is a good guy to counterpunch, too, and it looks like that's Corbray's strategy.
Nick Diaz, plain and simple, hunts his opponent down, those peppering shots, and again, an accumulative effect. May not have a lot of power at the outset, Steven, but over a period of time, it's like water on a rock. It begins to wear it down.
Yeah, it's really interesting that Nick Diaz starts a lot of his fights like this. Right now he's got double underhooks, and he's going to work for a takedown. But sometimes emotions get the best of him, and he ends up in slugfest when he doesn't really need to.
Good combinations put together there by Diaz, going to the body and then upstairs, not once but twice. Nice spin around move there by Corrbrery to get away from the fence, and he puts together a combination, ends it with a body kick. Good job by Corrbrery.
Beautiful combination.
And Corrbrery beginning to find the range now. Employing that stick and move strategy, Diaz now closes the gap.
Corrbrery just got tagged with an uppercut.
Final minute of action. Left and right uppercuts delivered by Diaz. Another elbow, and we're seeing some Muay Thai 101 in this matchup.
The action that has been absent from some of our prior fights is definitely made up for with this one so far.
One thing we're not seeing, though, is a cut Nick Diaz.
Good point.
Half a minute remaining now in the round.
And he is getting tagged.
Great head movement being displayed by Corrbrery, but he got caught there. And again, close quarters knee strike by Corrbrery against the fence. Diaz will try to get that tie plumb. Half a clinch, just peppering the body with those right hands.
We see a little blood on the left brow of Diaz, I think.
And for the first time tonight, it looks like we're going to round 2 here at the Blaisdell Arena in Honolulu, Hawaii. Don't forget to log on to show.com/Pro Elite for more great mixed martial arts action right here from the Blaisdell Center in Honolulu. Get up-to-date news and videos, fighter bios, interviews, events, community forums, and more. Join us online right after the telecast tonight to watch more great Elite XC action from Hawaii.
In standing, sometimes when you go for a clinch, you can also land a nice little elbow, and that was a good one, and MUHSIN took that shot and didn't fold. Later in the round, Corrbrery got busy with his own combinations and punctuated with a good body kick to the ribs of Nick Diaz.
One thing about Nick is he stays in that pocket.
And after a tactical, methodical opening round, it'll be interesting to see if they pick things up here in round 2. Again, we're scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, catch weight of 168 pounds. And Nick Diaz has been nicked over that left eye. Again, he has a propensity to bleed. He had plastic surgery. We'll see if it helps here in the rest of this contest. Round 2 underway, and again, Nick Diaz just comes straight ahead. Nice cut kick delivered by Corrbrery.
Tell you what, I'm impressed by his patience. I really am.
Corrbrery showing a lot of maturity here. Again, his biggest test to date in his mixed martial arts career. Diaz looking for the takedown along the fence. Corrbrery moving well, trying to escape. Diaz dropping levels now.
Diaz trying to pull the ankle pick on that right leg. He's going for the double now.
Good job by Corrbrery so far to stave off this takedown attempt by Nick Diaz.
Beautiful takedown defense, beautiful balance up against the cage. Corrbrery doing some great work there, defending, ending it with an elbow.
Diaz peppering him again in the body with those right hands, but Corrbrery doing a great job of trying to frustrate the veteran here, Nick Diaz, but Diaz again comes straight ahead. Doesn't deviate from his game plan whatsoever.
Toughness 101.
Corrbrery doing a good job of trying to avoid those shots, but he now needs to get a little busier as well. We know him as a counter striker, but now mixing it up there with the tie plumb along the fence, trying to deliver a knee, blocked by Diaz, looking to separate at the hips, and now moves back into the center of the cage. Nice jab there by Diaz.
A lot less movement by Corrbrery. He's actually getting tagged now.
Minute and a half gone, and that shot hurt Corrbrery. And the one thing about Nick Diaz is he never shows any emotion. He is totally focused on the task at hand, and really that's, again, a credit to his mental preparation. Never gets frustrated and really never shows much emotion until maybe after the fight if it's a controversial stoppage like we saw against KJ Nunes.
And the task at hand here is breaking down MUHSIN Corrbrery.
Beautiful right hand by Corrbreey.
Corrbreey is landing too few shots. I think he lost that first round and he's on his way to losing this second round.
Fans of the Blaisdell Arena getting a little restless. They'd like to see a little more contact. Corrbreey needs to go on the offensive here. Misses with the uppercuts, but again, the taller Nick Diaz doing a good job of keeping him at bay with that jab, that irritating jab of Nick Diaz.
Nick's doing a little talking to Corrbreey now, and it's turned into basically a boxing match.
Now Nick Diaz begins to trash talk.
Corrbreey can't win by just slipping punches.
Nope. And now Nick Diaz really beginning to put on a show here. Nick Diaz wanting to entertain the crowd. He heard the boos. He's stepping it up. Now puts together a combination. Corrbreey comes through the guard with a right.
He's slowed down. It looks like he's a little gassed, but he's still dangerous.
Corrbreey comes back with an overhand right.
The only problem is that Nick Diaz can take such a good punch, and Corrbreey doesn't have a lot of knockouts on his record.
No, he doesn't have the knockout power. He's got great combination skills, but the power just doesn't seem to be there.
And he doesn't want to pull the trigger on that spinning back fist. That's the third time he's telegraphed it.
7 of Corbrey's 12 victories have come via submission, 3 of them via knockout. Diaz working for the takedown, and great takedown defense once again exhibited by MUHSIN CORBBREY with 1 minute 10 seconds left in round 2.
And there's a reason for that. He was a gold medalist during the 2nd annual Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Open. He's got great credentials on the ground.
Final minute now, the middle stanza. Close quarters, the dirty boxing. Another uppercut by Corbrey, steps away. Diaz, though, goes back to work. A very unorthodox striker is Nick Diaz.
He uses his lanky arms very well. He reminds me of Alexis Arguello a little bit because he throws pity-pat looking punches, but they score and they pretty much tear up his opponent slowly.
And Diaz, of course, coming straight at Corbrey, allows Corbrey to sneak those strikes right up the middle, but Diaz, even in the earliest signs of trouble, now spins Corbrey to the ground into side control, and Nick Diaz, a Cesar Gracie black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. 10 seconds left. It'll be interesting to see if Diaz tries to pull something out here. We are headed to round 3. MUHSIN CORBBREY, Nick Diaz.
The bell rang, and everybody expected an MMA fight, but a boxing match broke out, and Corbrey landing right there on Nick Diaz's chin, and Nick's thinking, hey, that didn't even hurt. Then Diaz took control once again, coming back with a straight left hand. Corbrey using some head movement, but it's not going to win the fight for him. He's got to hurt Diaz, but it's very difficult to do that. Nick Diaz has got a head of rock, and we have that takedown defense finally get penetrated by Nick Diaz, and he gets a nice rollover into side mount. Corbrey needs something big in this 3rd round. I think he's down 2 rounds.
Corbrey needs to pick it up. No more defense. He needs to pull out all the stops. You're right, Stephen. As we get set for the 3rd and final round.
Ready? You ready? Fight!
The 2 touch gloves, and it seems to us, Stephen, that they are clearly taking more than the 1 minute respite between rounds, and good for the fighters, but again, interesting to say the least, as now Diaz looks for the takedown. It's stuffed once again by Corbrey, and while he's done a good job of stuffing the takedown for the most part, Diaz working tenaciously now to pick up the single. Corbrey needs to amp things up here.
Diaz so far has been able to control things, but not dominate Corbrey. Corbrey is too elusive of a target, but we're getting a one-sided battle now. The first round was a little bit more competitive. The second one, Diaz completely controlled the action. He ate some shots, but he did most of the damage.
And Corbrey not gauging the distance, whipping off those shots, and now again, just this head movement eats a couple of shots there. Diaz walks him into the fence. Knee up the middle by Diaz. Corrbray now puts up his right leg trying to block any other knee strikes by Diaz. Another takedown by Diaz, so effective again there, but in the half guard.
Diaz is going to be patient here. He's never in a hurry on the ground, but he's deadly on the floor. And MUHSIN CORBBREY knows that.
A minute and a half is gone in the third and final round. Not much happening on the ground now. Chris West, the referee. Fans wanting a stand-up.
If Nick doesn't want to have this fight stood up, he's got to get busy and try something.
Where he is right now.
Delivers the elbow to Corrbray. Corrbray not displaying much defense at all on the bottom. Has his right leg over his left, but he needs to explode those hips. He needs to do something here. Crossface by Diaz.
Nick is isolating that left arm and going for the Kimura.
And this
could be over.
Big time trouble for Corrbray as Diaz tries to put that Kimura into effect.
Nick needs to step over his face like that.
And he's got 2.5 minutes to make it happen.
Can pop that arm up, maybe transitioning now into an arm bar. Hammer fist by Diaz looking for the arm bar.
Corrbray in a really bad position now.
But great defense to get out.
Good escape by Corrbray. Diaz stacks him up right above us now. Delivers a left hand. Seeking and looking to destroy MUHSIN CORBBREY, who's pinned up along the fence. Diaz going to work those peppering strikes.
4 out of the last 6 landed. Corrbray has nowhere to go.
Diaz methodically picking apart MUHSIN CORBBREY here in Hawaii with 2 minutes remaining in the fight.
This match is starting to resemble the spider and the fly. Corrbray is trapped in the web of Nick Diaz, and Nick Diaz is just meting out punishment, looking for the end.
Inside control now, Diaz. Again looking to work that far side arm, but against the cage again. He wants to move him if he's looking to do anything in terms of a submission. Active on the bottom is Corrbray. The Diaz now on his feet. 1 minute, 25 seconds left in the fight. Again, back to cross-side position. Nick Diaz now right into the mount. Well done, very fluid.
See that trick. Went for the Kimura, then let it go, went for the full mount.
And now elbow strikes. It's a night of elbows here in Hawaii. Ground and pound, 101 from Nick Diaz.
Got a minute left.
And the fight has been stopped. Nick Diaz records the win over MUHSIN CORBBREY.
For a man who claims he's in a race against time, he took his time in that round.
Took that time of the fight, and really Nick Diaz did what he had to do. Methodically picked apart MUHSIN CORBBREY. Corrbray suffers his 3rd defeat. Diaz picks up his 17th win.
Nick Diaz on the floor, going to work. He tries for the Kimura. MUHSIN defends, but Nick pulls into an armbar, and this was a problem for Corrbray, but Corrbray, a very wily fighter on the ground and defending against the armbar and finally pulling his way out. But Nick Diaz finally got him on his back and just blasted away. Corrbray couldn't do much up against the fence like that. Nick Diaz in complete control, slowly meting out the damage. And the end of the fight, Nick Diaz had mounted position, blasting away, not in a hurry. Pretty much a good percentage of those are landing, and the referee just knows that there's no more offense left in MUHSIN CORBBREY.
Diaz sparred with Andre Ward, the Very talented boxer who's going to be on Showtime June 20th against Jerson Ravello. And really, it was a bit of a boxing match, but in the end, Nick Diaz took it to the ground and stopped this fight. All right, here's Jimmy Lennon Jr. with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 3 minutes 59 seconds in round number 3. A referee in charge, Chris West, stops the contest due to strikes. He is the winner by way of technical knockout, Nick